Hello.
It's funny, really. Sometimes I remember a word, but I don't have a clue what it means. I end up walking all over Wild Island asking if anybody knows it.
See you around.
I've been thinking. The guys who went with Fam.
I just hope they won't regret it.
Why?
Hey, Stalker! Have you heard about what happened with Noontide? Faust had a fight with Strider and took half the people off the island. That dude sure knows how to talk folks into stuff. I wish I had that kind of charisma. So, what can I do for you? Feel free to pick whatever you like. If you happen to come back, feel free to stop by. A visitor to Wild Island. Don't worry, I won't bite. Feel free to pick whatever you like. If you happen to come back, feel free to stop by.
What the hell's up with this place? I had no idea we...
I'm just going for a stroll. Shooting mutants, collecting artifacts.
Stroll somewhere else unless you want to lose your mind. I'll get support from somebody who already has.
Everyone stay put.
You're entering Ward territory, Stalker. You have no business being here, you hear me? Turn around and get lost.
I've got a permit from Colonel Korshunov.
Are we hiring stalkers now, too? Whatever. As long as you can help. Come on in. The commander's in the main building. We've got an infirmary there now.
Listen up, soldiers. An mission is headed our way. Follow standard procedure to the letter.
A soldier's happiness boils down to a few things. Good grub, for one. Then there's comfortable gear from his armor down to his skivvies. And enough ammo. And let me tell you, I've got all those bases covered. Whatever's going on inside their heads, that's the commander's problem. I'm just here to make sure their helmets fit. The zone only knows how to take. Humans don't belong in this place. I wish I had something to show from my time in the service, but no such luck. I can't wait to get out of here. The zone only knows how to take. Because humans don't belong. Come on in.
Permission to raise spirits?
Attention, soldiers. We've got an mission. Keep your heads down.
dosage. These medications have a cumulative...
Captain?
Back to our
Do it.
back to our conversation. This is not the right approach.
Any help from you was required in course of action. You've been here for 2 weeks and my men are only getting worse.
Sometimes we have to let the patient get a little worse in order to figure out what's wrong with him. I have the situation firmly in hand.
That's what worries me. Stalker promised me the best expert in the field. Where is he? Who's going to tell me what happened to my men?
I am.
But it'll take time. Have some patience, Captain. Your doctor has...
All the medications we need, and my devices are monitoring the situation. You'll be the first to know.
Unless I lose my marbles myself first. That's it. I'm done waiting. You're dismissed, Doc.
Ah, wait until you laugh your asses off when I tell you some home base shit. Fucking hilarious.
I need to hang on. This tour's gonna be over soon.
Looking for something specific? Come on in.
Ask my senior officer. Permission to raise spirits?
Stalker? How did you get in here?
One of your men is a rat.
One of my men? Bullshit.
I intercepted a message about a plot to sabotage Icarus. It was sent over an old frequency, a monolithian one. Just like the PDA the traitor used to communicate.
If it's old, we can trace it. I bet it's Krivenko. He puts his shitty gadgets all over the place, thinking we'd never put two and two together. All right, here's the plan. I'll send my soldiers for a walk around the camp, just in case. You get rid of the antennas. They'll jam any direction finder.
What's the purpose of these antennas?
On paper, to monitor the level of anomalous exposure. As for what they really do, your guess is as good as mine. If not for the papers from Dalin, I'd toss Krivenko into the nearest anomaly myself. Then he can measure the exposure on his own ass till the cows come home.
Who's Krivenko? Why do you suspect him?
You just saw him. That circa rat. That bozo showed up as soon as my men started hearing things, with papers signed by Dalin himself. And I never even sent a request to Circa. He hasn't done a damn thing in 2 weeks other than set up his locators to monitor the situation. I trust my soldiers, but not those Circa crooks.
I want to talk to Krivenko first.
Go ahead. And don't forget to talk to our quartermaster afterwards. He could spin a whole platoon's worth of briefs out of the wool Krivenko's gonna pull over your eyes.
A stalker at Icarus. These are desperate times indeed. How are you feeling? Any headaches? Dizziness, perhaps? I wish I had the proper equipment to read your Psi signature. Given the circumstances, it never hurts to have a control sample.
Psi signature? What's that?
How can I explain it in a way even a stalker could understand? Let's say it's like your brain's fingerprint. It's not quite a scientific explanation, but it gets the point across.
So what exactly is going on here anyway?
Psi exposure of unidentified origin and power, and unidentified consequences. Unidentified for now, but I'm working on it.
I've been informed that there's a traitor in the ward. He probably has Monolith connections. Can you help me find him?
Monolith? Impossible. I would have noticed for sure. But if you insist, let's run another check. I'll need up-to-date readings from the scanning antennas in order to find your traitor. Unless, of course, you are just imagining him. That's the order of the day around here.
How would your data help us figure out what's going on?
Don't get me wrong. I could explain everything, of course, but why bother? If you wanted to listen to my lectures, you'd be a scientist, not a stalker. Just bring the data to me, and I'll do what I was sent here to do.
If you ask me, Stankevich's methods, inspire more confidence.
Is that so? Well, give my regards to the captain. And don't forget to warn him. If anything happens to my equipment, he can say goodbye to his career in the ward. I'll make sure of it.
This spot's mine. It's easier to breathe here. Just the air down below is kinda Stuffy and dank. Because of the swamps, I guess. Nobody's noticed I'm on my 7th watch in a row up here. Keep a low profile, okay? All right. Hush. I'm not telling anyone. I don't want to be taken off this post.
Time. This thing's making my head sick.
You should have seen the look on Kravenko's face. You know how to get the job done, Stalker. As well as any of my men.
Did you find out anything about the monolithian PDA? Nothing should get in the way of tracking it now.
I wish. Apparently the antennas weren't the only thing jamming the direction finder. There's also something beneath Icarus itself. Early on, I sent Shterov to check on the underground area. That's what we're guarding here after all. He said the coast was clear. I don't like this. I've known Shterov for 10 years. He's tough as nails. If he's our rat... Get to the planetarium. They'll let you in. Find the source and smash it to smithereens. Well, what the fuck was under the planetarium?
Some kind of strange device. It had more rads than an anomaly. I didn't feel right until I smashed it to bits. And that's all that's left of it.
So that's why my men were losing their shit. Stedev, you piece of shit. I'm gonna bury you.
So what kind of device is it, Captain?
Let's hope Kravenko can figure it out. I guess I owe him an apology. It was my men, so I'm responsible for this fuck-up. I've got a difficult conversation with the Colonel to look forward to.
Can we track him? I'd like to talk to him too.
He's not getting away now. I'll drain these swamps, dig them up, and look under every rock. He's gonna answer all my questions. Who, why, on whose orders. So many good men had to be discharged back to the mainland, or worse, because of that asshole. Polanski, get me on the radio on the double.
Yes, sir. On the double, sir.
Attention, all patrols. You are to detain Lieutenant Stedev at once. Do not negotiate with him. If you encounter resistance, shoot to kill. Alpha Team, you're cleared to enter the Claw. Bravo Team, get to the vent. Use extreme caution. The Lieutenant may employ monolith weapons or tech. I sent you the coordinates of the patrols, Stalker. Give them some backup. We can't let Stedev get away. Check in with our medic. Have him give you some Circa pills. They'll come in handy in the swamps.
Let's set the record straight. I'm not thrilled to have you here. This isn't the version of Icarus a Stalker should ever see. However, since the Colonel trusts you, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and assume you've got brains. Here and now, you could be useful. We only have one rule here, and it's as clear as it gets. Orders are not up for debate. They're to be followed. Got it? Good. Then we'll get along just fine.
Tell me about Icarus.
Icarus is a Circa outpost. It's our defense against threats from the swamps. Our garrison is a modest one, but it's enough to maintain control of the area. However, as soon as I get my men in line, I'm going to ask Korshinov for more boots on the ground. Those Zaton punks are getting cocky. Besides, there are plenty of places around here we need to explore. We've only heard about them from stalkers, and that's just plain wrong. Oh, we've got all sorts of stuff going on. Would you like to hear about a soldier after patrol meowing like a cat? Or maybe about Winnie the Pooh speaking from a wall? That's some fucking great news, isn't it? I hear a dozen stories like that every day, each crazier than the last.
Can you remind me where I can find Stedev?
I've already sent out 2 patrols looking for Stedev. One, get a move on.
Dismissed.
Goddamn swamps. Goddamn Sienkiewicz. I've got to do something.
Sarge! Hey, Sarge! Tell the captain to get someone to replace me.
When I left for Icarus, I thought it'd be like a vacation. Small, remote garrison, what could go wrong? An encounter with local fauna or food poisoning at worst. Boy, was I wrong. There isn't a single empty bed left in the infirmary. We bring a new patient in every day. I can't remember the last time I got a good night's sleep. Definitely before I got here. So for the time being, you seem to be the most mentally stable one here. But trust me, it won't last long.
I need some Circa pills. Captain's orders.
The captain should be thinking about his men instead.
I can barely scrape together enough to treat the sick. Here you go. Don't take these unless it's absolutely necessary, or you can kiss your liver goodbye. Look, Stalker, can you help me with something? 3 of my patients have run away, and I'm afraid their meds won't help them anymore. Not as long as they stay in the zone, at least.
What do you want me to do?
When you find them, shoot them in the legs. Then I'll send them back to the mainland on a medical discharge. They just might stand a chance out there.
Any idea where I should look for your runaways?
How the fuck should I know? If I did, I'd find them myself. All I have is their personal belongings. There, in the drawer. You can dig around in there and see if I missed anything. Maybe go ask the loners on the cargo ship if they saw anyone. They scurry around all over the place like rats. Present company excluded, of course. You're basically one of us now. By the way, thank you, Stalker. There aren't that many people here who actually care.
Sarge! Hey, Sarge! Tell the captain to get someone to replace me.
I'll tell him. You drink this, and I'll tell him.
I'll drink it once he relieves me of my watch. Don't you remember regulations? The honor...
Stalker, don't trust anyone around here. They're not real. The real Captain Sienkiewicz is lying over there. He hasn't budged in 3 days. And they drowned Batalov in the swamp. Don't trust anyone around here. They're not real.
Huh. Huh.
Wait till you laugh your asses off when I tell you some home-based shit. Fuck.